Welcome back to the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Cave. Moved on over to the bar set. We're going to talk a little bit about the Lions as the tweets continue to roll in and use that hashtag 7 Sports Cave. Already getting a couple of them.
Told you, don't do it, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
One of them suggested that we potentially get a new head coach in East Lansing.
Yeah, because, geez, what has this head coach done except
nothing.
for one Power 6 games? He's been to the Big Ten Championship 3 times. He's won 2. He's the only coach to beat Urban Meyer in the Big Ten. Yeah, this guy's
We should move on. Let's talk about coaches potentially moving on, though. Jim Caldwell reports coming out that Martha Ford and the Ford family and the Lions are leaning on bringing Mr. Caldwell back next year. But the caveat is that they're going to let the general manager make the final call.
You mean General Manager Sheldon White? Because if you bring him back, that means Sheldon's coming back too. That means the band is standing together like Earth, Wind, and Fire. All right.
Earth, Wind, and Fire reference on the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Game. That one's for the books. You know, the Lions, it's nice that they're having this second half, 5-2, potentially a chance to go 6-2 with a win over Chicago today. But I'm not buying that this program is any better than off now than it was 16 weeks ago.
No, here's the rough part about it. Justin, if you look at the numbers, it says that the coach should stay. It does, because 11-5 in the regular season, 6-2 to finish up if he wins today. He had the 1-7 stretch, but he still has a winning record. It's hard to justify that because I think he would be the first Lions coach to be fired with a winning record. And the Lions simply aren't good enough to fire coaches with winning records.
Well, and the Hail Mary play is another win. They could have potentially gone 7-1 down the stretch.
Calvin doesn't fumble in Seattle. I know everybody likes to blame the referee, but if Calvin did not fumble the ball and he scores, that's 2 extra victories, and we're all praising Caldwell.
And they're in a significant discussion for a wild card spot.
They would have the wild card spot. They would bump Seattle out. They would be in because they have the tiebreaker over them.
So, while I don't think the Lions, like I said, are any better off now than they were 16 weeks ago, I still feel that change is necessary to move forward. But you bring up a good point. The numbers do suggest. And I've said on this show before, I think Jim Caldwell is a good overseer of a football program, football franchise. I just don't like his in-game tactics as much as maybe some of the other people out there.
And now here's where the other numbers don't lie. You have a head coach that does not know one of the basic fundamentals of football. There's supposed to be 11 people on the field.
It happened again last week.
And it keeps happening. If it happens once, okay, you blame somebody didn't have their helmet on. They pulled a Thurman Thomas, okay? They didn't run out on the field. But this keeps happening. He was the only one who did not know a Hail Mary was coming against Green Bay. Yeah. Where everybody else did, he thought they were going to do that pitching back and forth type of thing.
Right.
No, Jim, they're just going to throw the ball deep. So it's hard to justify keeping him here, but if you're the Lions, I mean, you're not the Patriots, you're not the Steelers, you're not the Ravens. You can't fire a coach with a winning record. It's just not in you unless a Sean Payton becomes available and he's interested in coming here. That's somebody you want to go after. Another guy, I believe it or not, and I know people will say, wow, you're crazy, but if you look at his numbers, it's Chip Kelly.
I knew you were going to go there. I'm so glad we only have like a minute left in this segment because no way, shape, form would I want Chip Kelly.
2 seasons at 10-6, and then he had 1 bad season.
I don't like.
You can't give him all the power. That's the issue.
And Matthew Stafford, by no means, is the kind of quarterback that he wants. Look, Chip Kelly well knows going to Tennessee. They're going to go, and he's going to get hired. Marcus Mariota and him have a remarriage, and we'll see if it can work out with the guy that he's always wanted to have. That's where Chip Kelly's going. I still think that the Lions need to look elsewhere, but they're just not going to.
You can't laugh at Chip Kelly and then support Jim Caldwell.
Good point.
You can't, because to me, they're the same person. The numbers say that they deserve another shot, but on the field, you're like, no way in heck.
Heck.
Sunday morning show.
Heck. Sunday morning show, keeping it clean here on the Suburban Ford 7 Sports Game, but it's about to get real dirty because Twitter is dirty. We're going to go to you out there when we come back after this short message. Stay with us.
Go to the sewers.